Hey guys, today I'd like to introduce you to auto recruiting from BM. It works pretty much the same as the account manager from TWBOT, but it gives you a greater control on how you're going to be recruiting your units. It also doesn't require account manager. Okay, so heading over here to the recruiting page, you will see a list with your villages and the status of each one of your villages, as well as the which model you're going to be recruiting. Okay, so if you click on the plus button here, you will see your model names. You can create a new model by typing the name. You can also enter the units. So let's say 6,000 barbarians, and I'm gonna put here. So this is the final goal, right? So my model, I would like to be 6,500 barbarians, or X-Men. Sorry, I keep saying barbarians. That's gonna be 3,000 light cavalry and 250 RAM units. Okay, not quite sure the population size here. I'm just entering random numbers. On the second line, you will see the minimum to recruit per cycle. So every time BIA enters the page to recruit units, it will either recruit this minimum units here or nothing at all. Okay, so let's say I want 10 barbarians or X-Men here. This is the third line is the maximum to recruit. So every time again is gonna recruit up to 50 units. So a minimum of 10 units gonna be recruited and a maximum of 50. And this is the maximum queued to recruit. So if you don't want to have like a huge line, you can just say, oh, I don't want more than 150 X-Men being recruited at once. Okay, so similarly, it works for all of the other units. You can as well reserve the wood, stone, and iron that you want to be reserved, so BIA will not use that amount. And there is also the population here. Okay, I'm not gonna save it because I already have this model, so I'm just gonna select it here and it's gonna show. Okay, so my current model is 6,000 X-Men, 3,000 light cavalry, and 400 RAM units. And the minimum to recruit is 10, 50, and 200. So minimum, maximum, and maximum queued, okay? I want to always leave 400 in population because I can just quickly build a noble train. And that's it, okay? So if you want to create a new model from this model here, so let's say a special village will have 7,000 barbarians and X-Men and only 2,000 light cavalry, you can just say here attack model 2, and I'm gonna hit save as a new model, so it's gonna show right over here. Okay, but in this case I don't need it, so I'm gonna select it and I'm gonna click to delete models. I'm gonna close this view here, and then here is everything. Okay, so you can, for instance, let me select this guy here and I'm gonna remove model, so now it's not recruiting. And if I want to apply a model, I can just come over here and I'm gonna select defense model. All right. Another, and the last setting that you need to learn is the advanced settings. That's where you can control the interval between the recruiting. Okay, so I want my interval to be between 25 minutes and 50 minutes. So it's always gonna be a random time between 25 and 50 minutes. I would suggest you to make it something large like this. It's safer for your account, but in the beginning of the world, if you don't want to miss on a unit, you just come over here, you drag it down to 5 minutes, and then every 5 minutes BIA will be recruiting. Okay. This other option here is to run immediately upon start. So if you come, I'm gonna hit save cancel here. And if I come over here and I click to start the recruitment, it's gonna start the recruitment immediately after I start here. If that option there is not enabled, then it will wait between 25 and 50 minutes, and then it's gonna schedule a new task. Okay. So coming here to my browser, I'm gonna refresh it. You see that there is no there is nothing being recruited here. And then I'm gonna start recruiting over here. So it's gonna take a few seconds to process everything. So it said here that 1,815 units have been recruited, and the next time it's gonna be recruiting is gonna be at 8:17:50 local time. Okay, remember that this is always local time, except on the commands where is the server time. So if I come over here, I'm gonna refresh it, and it's already showing all of the units that are gonna be recruited. If it's not recruiting anything else, that means I already reached the my goal. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna cancel. Oops, I canceled the wrong one. I'm gonna cancel recruiting, and I'm gonna start recruiting again, and then it's gonna recruit once more, and now I have 1,712 units. And if I refresh it here, it's gonna show everything again. All right, I hope you guys like it. The next system is I'm gonna be working on is auto building, which is gonna be communicating with auto recruiting. So if you try to recruit and there's no more space in the village, like on the farm, then auto recruiting will communicate with auto building, and it's gonna request a new farm to be built right away. All right. Take care and play safe.